So welcome to everyone. We were having some technology problems that we were able to work through, which is a gift, and we're grateful for that. But yeah, so we're going to begin. So welcome to everyone, and good Tuesday morning for you. If you're in the Boston area, I'm sure you're enjoying some lovely, lovely rain. I don't know if you're commuting, may not be as lovely, but I'm hoping that you're able to take it with some gratitude that we need it. It's very rainy. So welcome to our Mind the Moments Tuesday morning gathering, brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them, and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, so grateful to be here with, especially because she's cool as a cucumber, Christine O'Shaughnessy, who is a mindfulness instructor for Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. Good morning, Christine.
Good morning, Suzanne. I am happy to be here, and I'm so grateful we were able to work this out and I can be on the screen.
Yeah. It's funny how you realize how things, you're just grateful for the basics.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're happy to be here together, and really happy to have, I just love seeing our regular community joining us this morning, but also seeing some new names. I sent out some recent invitations last night, so hoping some of the people from my Sangha have been able to join. So today we will start off with a question for the group, and then Christine will lead us in guided practice. Our guided practice is typically about at least 12 minutes long, and there's some science behind the effectiveness of that. Just for anyone that's new to meditation or new to this session, there'll be guidance throughout, but we also encourage a good amount of silent time within there, just to practice our coming back, and knowing the thoughts will come to us, and we can deal with them as we do. So so Christine will share some thoughts after she'll throw a question out to the group, share some thoughts, and then we'll have some time for practice. And after that, we can have some Q&A. So if you can go to the bottom of your screen and open up the chat, and I am going to enable the chat, which is a little bit another Zoom nuance. So just open up that chat, and then you can go ahead and hit the blue drop-down menu, and that will enable you to see everyone else's comments as they come in. So Christine, what do you have for us as a question this morning?
So the question today is about recognizing where we have some sadness, some grief, some sense of loss from what the experiences have been in your individual lives over the past 2.5 years. And I bring this question to the table based on my own practice, coaching practice, and having so many of my clients come to me and say, I now have space to look at what has transpired over the past 2.5, 3 years. Everyone was just trying to get through the pandemic and these difficult circumstances. And, by sadness and loss, it can be something as just the loss of not being able to go into your office, to connect with your coworkers, to, just have a normal life that what we perceived as normal. So it may be something small, but I'd like to take the opportunity to say, what in my life have I not been able to really recognize that there's maybe a little bit of sadness or loss around over the past few years, and have an opportunity to just kind of sit with that. And I do want to start out with a little bit of reading about that to maybe help clarify. And this is some of Oren Sofer's work, who's one of my teachers, working with our unmet needs. And this is what the practice will be based on today. And what he says is, when life doesn't offer what we long for, we learn to mourn. It's a loss. Our life is different than what it used to be. And we may feel the pain of this loss, great or small, with tenderness. And this may include healing certain things that have happened even including chronically unmet needs. So when a need has gone unmet for many years, we may develop a quality of desperation around it. So for an example, Oren Sofer gives this example, being stranded in the desert, one becomes obsessed with water. And at the first signs of moisture, we hold on for dear life. Even after arriving at an oasis, we may not trust that there will be enough. Or thirsty for love and affection, he says, I suffered through disintegration of many romantic relationships as I latched onto partner after partner with disproportionate intensity. So turning inward opens the door to a new way of seeing. Our willingness to consciously experience an unmet need with awareness is transformative. And we bring empathy and compassion to that and learn to widen our perspective. Instead of focusing on the need's satisfaction, we can shift our attention to the need itself, independent of any circumstance. And I'll give an example. Some of the needs that we talk about are our need for connection, sense of purpose, to matter, freedom and autonomy, choice, safety, understanding, clarity, to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, warmth, tenderness. These are all needs. So when I'm talking about mourning that sense of loss of where there might be sadness and grief, it's around things that weren't met for us in the past couple of years.
It's such an amazing theme because there's so much to it in the fact that we couldn't meet everything. It's just, there was, parents are dealing with kids and remote learning and trying to figure out, maybe they have a team of people they were trying to figure out, and how do they support their partner? Their partner was kind of left to their own, without their needs met, there can be so much of that. So thank you for this theme. I think it's obviously resonating for folks. There's some comments coming in that we'll take a look at. Brittany mentions, I miss the dedicated space to work, be, and think, the quiet. Moved back to my hometown after ending a long-term relationship. I miss the space for my family, with my sister and my parents. Yeah. What a change in lifestyle. It's great to see extended family from Tammy, but also makes me aware of how much I've missed over the last few years. Yeah, especially when we see young kids, we're like, wow, how much I missed in those 3 years of the growth. Kids always remind us how much time has passed. Coming up on the 2-year anniversary of my dad's passing from Christy. Not from COVID, but during COVID. Sorry for your loss, Christy. Anniversary's been close, yeah, and timing wise. Grieving someone who's looking out for me, taking care of my well-being. Yes. A lot going on.
Yeah.
A friendship of someone very important to me and primary in my life. And Jeff, this came up as in a meditation session I had last night. If you Google Tuweri Salah, and I'll put her name, she does a lot of mindfulness work with anger. Yeah, she's gifted.
She is.
So I'll just put that name. She is just amazing. Still a need to internalize content by myself. Yes. Yeah, sending energy and healing out to everyone. So this is good timing for this practice, Christine. Thank you for sharing it.
You're welcome. I don't mean for it to be really heavy, but just giving people an opportunity and space to just even tip your toe in a little bit to this sense of, loss, sadness.
And
right.
Yeah, and Lorraine mentioned being with people without the uncertainty of our health being compromised. Yeah, what a change it's been to Yeah. Well,
I too really identify with that, Lorraine, having just been on vacation for the first time, and I drove, I still couldn't get on a plane, my own worry. And
mhm.
it was interesting.
Yeah, and I'm going on vacation myself, and I'm going to get the new booster just because I have not experienced COVID yet, and I'm hoping not to do it while I'm on vacation. So anyway,
All right. So
so
let's
thank you.
begin. Is that okay? Good timing here? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So thank you everyone for your shares. Let's just take a moment. I'll start with grounding everybody, and then we'll dive into some of this practice, this work. So getting comfortable in your seat, just feeling your feet connecting to the floor, feeling your whole body sitting here. And taking another deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, gently exhaling through your mouth, allowing your shoulders to soften. Feeling the weight of your whole body sitting here. Take another deep, full, nourishing breath in. And as you breathe out, allowing your arms and legs to feel heavy and weighted. And then taking one more deep breath in, filling the heart, the lungs, the chest with breath. And as you exhale, exhaling anything that you're holding on to, anything from your morning's activities, taking a moment to arrive here now. And then releasing that deep breathing technique and rest in the natural awareness of your breath, gently coming in and out. You may enjoy connecting with the feeling of your hands, noticing sensations in the fingertips, feeling where your hands connect to a surface, noticing where your lips meet, feeling sensations around your eyes. Inviting your eyes to soften as you have a soft, kind inner gaze towards yourself during this practice today. Approaching this practice with deep care, understanding, and ease as you breathe in and out. And then begin to just gently reflect on these last few years and begin to access what need may not have been met for you, whatever that might be. And as you identify what that need might be, just very gently inquiring silently in your mind, what matters most to me about this? Listen inwardly and then gently ask, if I had that, what would I have? If I had this need being met, what would I have? And we ask ourselves until we feel this sense of clarity about the need or value which you long for. Gently placing your attention on a personal aspect of this need, the fact that it hasn't been met. And you can even silently say to yourself, my need for this wasn't met. And notice how this feels to experience this need as not being fulfilled. Begin to notice sensations in the body. Notice thoughts entering the mind. There may be judgment, blame. Notice what's arriving, but staying connected to what you feel somatically in the body. Pulsing, heaviness, weightedness, lightness, dizziness, tension or gripping. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, begin to let go of the situation and the circumstances and focusing on just the need. And recognize this inherent value of this need as a universal need for every human being. So we take our experience and we acknowledge, just as I long for this need to be met, connection, love, tenderness, purpose to matter, to be heard, companionship, self-worth, self-acceptance. Just as I long for this, so do all beings, all people need this. Sensing the beauty and dignity of this need. Experience its fullness, whether it's satisfied or not. Breathing in and out. And then allow the mind to expand and remember a time when these needs were met for you. Remember how it feels to have these needs met. So we're acknowledging internally there may be this loss of these needs, a grief and a mourning around it, but then inviting the mind to remember when these needs were met. And then shifting your attention to this universal aspect of this need and something that we would want for all people. May all human beings everywhere have these needs met. These are universal needs. Breathing in and out, feeling in the heart what you feel, feeling sensations in the body. When the mind goes into thought, notice the thought and then gently come back to your breath or back to feeling your hands or your feet. Anchoring yourself in this present moment. I am here now. And whatever's coming up for you, just acknowledging it is as it is. Or silently saying to yourself, this too. I'm including this too in my practice. And come back to your anchor. Breath, hands, or feet. Softening on the exhale. If you find it helpful, you could use the phrase, may I be kind to myself in this moment. This is a moment of mourning the loss of these needs being met for the past few years. May I be kind to myself in this moment. This is a moment of sadness, loss, grief. Feeling what we feel, staying present with the breath and the body. Noticing what you're feeling right now. If there's an emotion present, naming it with one word, gently coming back to the body, back to the breath. And then gently beginning to bring your attention to sound. Noticing sounds inside or outside of the room that you're in, and gently tracking the sound of bells all the way to the end. If your mind moves into thought, training it to come back to the sound of the bells. And when you're ready, gently coming back, opening your eyes if they were closed, and just letting your gaze kind of expand beyond your screen, coming back, and notice how you feel. Notice what's happening. And welcome back.
Thank you so much, Christine.
You're welcome.
That's a wonderful practice in the fact that just acknowledging that loss, I think, and how it makes the body feel, is something we don't tend to do.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we don't make space in our lives, I feel, from my perspective, to feel what we feel. We just go to the next thing and the next thing in our to-do list. And it's carving out time to just feel what we feel and acknowledge it.
Yeah. Very true. And very therapeutic, I'm sure, for many of the folks. In our busy September lives, sometimes it's easy to go to the next thing. So we're grateful for this guidance and for your practice, Christine. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm happy to answer any questions if in the chat box, but I want to acknowledge too, people need space to transition to the next thing.
Yeah.
Christy, thank you for your comment.
Yeah, no, I think it's resonating for folks. So thank you for being here, and thank you to the community again for joining. And we'll be here tomorrow morning for our Zoom meeting format for those that would like to be in person, on video, and on voice. So looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks again, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you. See you soon.